like we say in aviation, no news is good news. Just be patient, be confident, not overly confident. They don't want to see conceited, but they do want to know that you have your stuff together.
Some airlines will make you do a reach test besides
they do.
Yeah, so you have like announcements, obviously we talked about that, and then reach test, they'll see
make sure you can
literally reach, and then jump seat.
Yeah.
Like some airlines will make you do the jump seat, just strap yourself in the seat.
Make sure you fit.
Right.
Yeah, because believe it or not, the plane isn't that big, so they want to make sure you're not too tall or anything, just that you can fit comfortably in the jump seat.
Right.
The question I see a lot is when you get to your face-to-face, because we're flying there, do you have a place to store your luggage? Yes, you will have a place to store your luggage. You're not just going to be carrying suitcases looking from room to room. They will have a place for you. Getting dressed for your face-to-face, to make sure you dress the part. Have on, actually do a little bit of, not research, but know your airline's colors. It's good to incorporate their colors into what you're wearing.
I would do a button down, Oxford style shirt, a blazer, or if you don't want to do a suit, then a lot of women wear dresses. They will wear long dresses and they'll have like a scarf on their neck. Always wear stockings, wear covering up your legs. You would want to wear your heels, your business type heels.
Yeah. Business, so be mindful of the heel height. Yeah.
Business professional.
It's recommended to wear heels, but I mean CJOs have been given out with flats, so it's not a lose if you feel more comfortable in flats. I know sometimes girls are cautious about their height. If you feel more confident in flats, wear flats. It's okay.
Right. I was always told by her to like look like a flight attendant. So I'm like, okay, well, what do they look like? Oh, this is what they look like. So I always dressed looking like a flight attendant going into the interview. And with that being said, looking like a flight attendants always wear watches. So I wore a watch.
Wear a watch to your face-to-face.
I wore a watch. My hair was slicked back. Mm-hmm. My hair was out of my face. Makeup still simple, but still like presentable. Red lips, nude lips. Just something that's no colors, like other than those.
Yeah, red is okay in Flights in the World, but don't get too crazy. Simple nudes, simple pinks. That's all I want to see. Simple gloss, even.
Right. Nails clean, manicured, either French, nude type of nails.
Or red, same thing. No crazy colors. Only red. Only red is okay.
Right. As far as jewelry, I'd say like stud earrings, pearls, even pearl necklace.
Yeah, nothing too big. Like mostly in uniform, we can't wear any studs like bigger than a quarter, which is really big. Just keep it simple. Huge. Studs, one necklace. I think we're not allowed to have more than 2 rings each hand or something like that. Keep it simple. Same thing with your wrist. You should have on a watch. If you want to do a bracelet on this side, that's fine. Just don't be overboard with it. Like you said, nails presentable. Make sure they're an appropriate length. So I have not been working this month, but this is not an appropriate length. They want them to like barely come over your fingertips. So just make sure that. And in my video interview I said I had my hair down, but face to face always have your hair slicked back. A bun is nice, but as long as you have it out of your face, that's acceptable. We're just gonna go through some good to knows. Make sure you have copies of your resume. Make sure it's just an acceptable flight attendant resume, and actually make sure that you know what's on there, just in case they ask you a question off of it. You don't want to be like a deer in headlights. Just know what's on your resume. Get there early.
At least 30 minutes early.
30 minutes is a good time. Get there early.
So listen and follow directions. When you're meeting with your recruiter, drop a name. Make sure that they know that you were being attentive. Like they know that you were listening. Even when you were like in your group presentation, maybe write some notes, jot down some notes. Just make it seem like, or really pay attention. You're intrigued by this information. This is an employer this is somewhere that you want to work for. So show them that you are listening and following directions.
And that's a good point with taking notes. And if there's something that you don't understand or have a question about, they will when you're on your 101 or something, they will ask you, do you have any questions? And that's a good time to tell them. It's actually good to be prepared to ask them one question as well, because they like that. Right. Even if it's how soon will training be, or what bases are low right now. Just show them some engagement. Another good thing to know about your airline to drop into your questions is like their mission statement and their values. What do they take pride in, and what do they hold themselves to, and their expectations as the airline itself. Make sure you model that and are able to show that.
People always want to know what you can bring inside the room with you. As far as bags, I would say a small bag, a small tote bag. When I put my resume, it was in like a little binder. I put my resume in the binder, and it also had like somewhere for me to also write notes, and I also kept my pen and also my passport in it. So I had that. So I didn't have a bag. Everything was already kind of in there. But something small, because you're putting all your big things away inside of another room.
Yeah. And then a good tip is to have a handy quote. It's kind of like a joke, may be able to be both, I don't know. I guess I can give y'all the one I use. It'll be weird if everyone's using it though, but I'm sure it's been heard before. I just told them, coming from regional to mainline, that once flying is in your blood, you can't get it out, because it's no other job like it. With the flexibility, you can't go to a 9-to-5 desk. Like, there's no going back. So I did drop that in my interview somewhere. So just a good quote. And when you're talking, just make sure you have good posture.
Right. So always sitting up straight. Eye contact. Eye contact is huge. Obviously, you're paying attention. You don't want to be wandering off and looking and talking to them. They're listening, and eye contact and sitting up straight. I mean, obviously that's
just make sure you're not slouching.
Interview etiquette.
If you have on a dress or skirt, just make sure your legs are
your
knees are closed. Just be mindful.
When you meet with a recruiter for 101, 201, or whatever it is, always shake their hand. How are you? Give them a compliment, and always remember their name. I know that I think I even asked a question like afterwards, and I shook their hand at the beginning, and I also stood up and shook their hand at the end. I made sure to really shake everyone's hand. Make sure I was there.
Make sure you're shaking their hands, and like you said, it was good you went back and asked a question. Right. Like, hey John, real quick, can I ask you one more thing? Right. You're gonna be like, oh wow, like that person knows my name. That person remembered my name. That's a really good thing. Or even if you're having a recruiter, if you're having your one-on-one with Sally and you say, yeah, John made a really good point, they're gonna be like, oh wow, like they were paying attention. Just drop those names. That's a good tip. Whenever there's an opportunity for the floor, try to speak. Don't overly do it, but again, just act engaged. Have at least 1 or 2 questions ready. Like I said, if it's something as simple as when's training, or what bases are available, or how's your experience as a flight attendant, or where was your first base. Just ask them questions like that. Make sure you shake their hand after you speak with them. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. Can't wait to see you on the line. I literally think I said that. I didn't mean to say that, but I'm pretty sure I did say that. And all the questions, make it about being a flight attendant, and make it about safety, because that's our number one thing. Safety. So that's pretty much all the tips and what to expect we have for face-to-face. If you have any additional questions, please ask them, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of our Friday Flight Attendant videos. Yay. And until next time, bye.